Hey everyone, thanks for joining. So I wanted to give an update on what the girls and I are doing. So we actually flew back to the US to visit family and to be here for my sister-in-law's wedding. So we came back a little bit early to spend time with family, and Justin is still in Kenya and will join us later this month. But I wanted to share a story of encouragement, because a lot of times we see on the news things that are sad and a lot of things that make us wonder about humanity. And I wanted to share a story about one of the experiences that happened to us while we were flying back to the US, and to encourage you that humanity and people are still doing really good and kind things. So I wanted to just share kind of what happened. So for those of you who know me, I don't often travel light. So when we flew back to the States, I actually had 4 full big suitcases, and then the girls each had a small suitcase as a carry-on and their backpacks, and I had a backpack. So when we flew from Kisumu to Nairobi, of course it's like a 30-minute flight, and the girls were all excited, and then it was kind of in the evening, so Stella fell asleep. And I was thinking, oh no, I really need all of them to be awake, because I also had a stroller. I have to push this stroller, and I have to push these bags across this street from going from the domestic terminal to the international terminal, and I need everybody to help because I just have too many bags. So I was a little bit concerned, but as we were getting off the plane, there was a man behind me, and he said, "Let me help you. Is there anything I can do to help you?" And I said, "Well, okay, sure," because she just fell asleep, and that would be great. So to get off the plane, since it's a small plane, you actually have to go down the stairs. So I was like, if he could just help me, get down the stairs, that would be helpful. So he grabs the bags, our carry-ons, and he helps me down. And then the next thing that we have to do is we have to go and actually catch a bus. So he's like, let me just help you on the bus. So he helped me on the bus, and I'm like, okay, this is great. And sometimes in other countries, you're kind of, especially as being the only female traveling, you're kind of concerned about somebody taking advantage or asking for money, and I didn't really have a lot of money to give, but this person just seemed to be wanting to help me out of the kindness of his heart. So I did accept, and he helped me get off the bus, and we were able to go to the place where we got all of our baggage. And so he was like, well, I have a bag too, so let me just help you. And I have to wait for my bag anyways. So he unloaded all of my bags and put them on a cart, and he received his bag. And then he's like, well, I'm just gonna help you push it across the street. And I was like, oh, wow, that's super helpful, which, by the way, my youngest at this time was awake. So I thought I could do it, but he was willing to help me, so I did allow him to help me. And so he pushes it across the street, and there was a place where you could kind of have a wheelchair or something go through, because the line to get in was so long. It was crazy. And so I kind of went behind this wheelchair, and they allowed me to go through, but I think it was a special line. So, and I didn't realize that. And the man that was helping me with my luggage, they didn't want to let him through. And he said, well, I'm a captain. So he showed him his credentials, and they said, I don't think they're gonna let you through. And he said, they'll let me through, I'm gonna talk to him. So he goes to the very front of the line, and he says, I'm gonna talk to these people for you. And I'm like, oh man, that's super nice. I don't know, I don't deserve to go to the front of the line, I should wait. But he was willing to talk to them, and he said, I am a captain. And he was a captain of he flew helicopters. So he showed his credentials, and they allowed me and him with all of our bags to go to the front of the line. And so once you get to the front of the line, you have to put all of your bags, your checked bags, your carry-ons, everything through a security scanner. So you got to lift them up. And he was just initially going to help me lift them up and push them through the scanner, and then I could just take them to check in. But when I was asking if they would let me use the cart, they were kind of a little hesitant to get it from this side to that side. And once again, he shows his credentials. He says he's a captain, and he, has to take everything off to go through security. He's got to take his sunglasses, he's got to take his shoes, his sweater, his belt, everything. And he goes with me and he stays with me, and he says, I'm just going to stay with you. And at this point, I'm telling him, you've gone above and beyond. You don't need to help me. Like, I don't deserve this. This is like so much, thank you so much, but you can go now. I think I'm okay. And he says, I'm going to see you through. And he tells me that he could have just allowed me to suffer. He could have just not stopped. He could have not asked, but he says he would have regretted it for the rest of his life. And this man went above and beyond. He saw me through to the ticket counter. Not only that, but he actually put my bags on and all the way through. So I didn't even have to touch those bags at all. And it's amazing because it started pouring down rain just as he was finishing helping me. And this man had to go out in the rain. He was just so amazing to help. And when I did get to the ticket counter, they, took my passports, and once again, she asked for his passport because, he made it through security, and he said, I'm a captain. He showed his credentials, and she said, okay, no problem, because he explained that he was trying to help this family. So I guess I just wanted to share that just as an encouragement that there is still good in this world, that humanity is still good, and that God is still working in people's lives to touch others. So it's an encouragement to me to reach out and help those around me that need help, because it can mean so much to them. And also the spiritual component of it is that we also have a captain that is willing to pave the way for us, that is willing to go above and beyond, and has gone above and beyond for us. So I encourage you to let that captain run your life, to pilot your life, and to just help you through. So I wanted to share that. I hope that was encouraging, and we'll see you next time. Bye.